am Steve Perry for SmokeyInTheBedWith.com, and I am slaving over a hot atomizer to bring you the best electronic cigarette news, views, and reviews available on the World Wide Web. And today, we are going to Hellboy. What do we got? We've got the Hellboy RDA from El Diablo. And yes, this is a, get it here, it's a legit, do I have that upside down? I might. Legit Hellboy, serial number 69. Folks, I did not plan that. I really did. But, basically what happened, this atomizer came out, it was, I don't know that it was the first, but it was certainly one of the first square atomizers. And, you know, I got box mod, and I thought it would look nice on there, so I went ahead and picked it up. I got it. It's a great vaping atomizer. Basically, this is the agent mod. Let me watch what I'm doing here. This is the agent mod, which is a an OKL powered OKR. It's basically it's a 110 watt mod, but it's variable voltage, and so I got it set at roughly about 4.6 volts, and I'm vaping. The build is 0.34 ohms. And the on the device, I've got 2 of the air holes. There's a total of 6 on each side for 12 air holes. I got 2 of them shut off. So I mean, this thing can, yeah, this thing can certainly make the clouds, but it's got good flavor too. The thing about it, and the thing you had to know getting it, is it's a square atomizer. So if I do this, I don't know if you can hear it. A little bit of a rattle. Why is that? I got a spring-loaded 510 connection on this mod, and you know, if I tighten it all the way, well, I could have gone more. There we go. Still got a little bit of a rattle. If I tighten it all the way, I'm like that. Now, is it the end of the world? No. But that's not what I didn't get it to be like that. I got it to be like that. So I back it off, and you get a little bit of a rattle. I don't care. It stays, you know, tight there. Like if you bump it hard enough, obviously it's going to turn. But you can just spin it back. But that's the thing with this atomizer. It's gimmicky. Alright? I don't say that to put it down. I like the atomizer. I really enjoy using it. I got a couple problems with it that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But the atomizer comes, you can get it in black or stainless. The black comes with a stainless steel top cap and drip tip, as you see right there. It also comes with the chuff cap that you see right there. You can get it in black or stainless. Basically, they figured out how to fit a round peg in a square hole. But that's what it, you know, that's what it is. It's just the standard 4-post atomizers. You can see that the post holes are fairly large. I've got 24 gauge Canthal in there. I'm a wuss. And so I got 24 gauge Canthal in there, and it plenty of room. Here's a couple of problems with the device, not the design, just the device. One of these screws is not like the other. This screw right here is a bitch to tighten and loosen. All of them were a bitch to tighten and loosen when I got it. That one is a bitch. And of course, it's a flathead. Use Phillip head screws. Atomizer manufacturers, when you're making them, use Phillip head screws. I got to get in there and hold a coil in place while I tighten this thing down. And I got the shakes a little. Give me a screwdriver that I can, you know, get a grip on that screw and turn it in there. It just drives me nuts when you give me these flathead screws. But, you know, it is what it is. So that's what we're stuck with. But the atomizer performs great. The other problem with this atomizer is when you get it. And by the way, I got this as soon as it came out. I happen to have a buddy in the Philippines. He picked it up for me in the Philippines and sent it to me. That's how quick I was on this thing. This thing reeked of machine oil when it got here. I mean, I have never, ever opened an atomizer. And before I even opened it, when I opened the package that he shipped it in, you could smell the machine oil right away. When you open that little box that they put this thing in, oh, it was terrible. I mean, it was really bad. So, long and short on the Hellboy Atomizer. If you need a square atomizer, if you just gotta have it, it's a good one. You know, does a good job. The little screw thing is the hang-up. I would not tell you to run out and get one. If you're just curious about a square atomizer, don't be. It's no different than a round. The only difference is with a round, you can tighten it down until it's completely tightened, and then nobody cares. Because it's round. There's no, is it off, is it on? You know, it's that you don't have to line it up, none of that. So if you're not into it, don't worry about it. You're not missing anything. If you are into it, it's a decent one. That problem I have with the screws is a hang-up. I can't tell you to run out and get it because it makes it a bitch to build. The vape is great. Really love the vape. But it's just a bitch to build. Now, I happen to have a clone too. I believe this is made by Infinite. I got this clone from, as you can see, this is one of the ones with the 12 air holes as well. I got this clone from Catfish Addy Mods, Chowderhead over at the ECF forum. That's where I got it from, and so I'm not positive who made it, but I believe it is an Infinite. You can find out through him. Basically, what he does, this is a Rio Grande bottom-fed mod. You squeeze the box, pushes liquid into the atomizer. In order for that to work, there has to be a hole up through the positive screw in the bottom of the atomizer and then through the positive post to allow the liquid to drain into the mod. So, I picked up this Hellboy. It's a clone, and there's a couple of differences, and I want to show you this because this is... I'll let you be the judge. Basically, if you look at these two side by side, right? The clone on the right here, on my right, is a smaller diameter, and the top cap on the legit is cut out there. So basically, you cannot take the legit, you can take the legit top cap and put it on there, but it's going to rattle around. And you cannot take the clone top cap, it won't fit onto the legit base. So it's not a one-to-one clone. But that offers you a feature. Like, at first when I got that, it was weird because I was pushing on the bottom of the deck and it was just sliding right up through the tube. It didn't stop. And I was like, well, that's weird. Why'd they do that? And then I got to looking, right? Here's my adjustable. Look at that gap there. See the gap between the mod? This has an adjustable. This is one of the new Rios with the adjustable 510. So that you've got that gap. It's not flush mounted. But because there's no stopper on this thing, when you put it on this mod, where you would have that gap, you just push it all the way down and it's flush mounted. It actually works out pretty good. Now again, you're comparing a clone to original, I get it. If I can get this out of here. One of the big differences is the clone didn't come with a chuff cap. So you've got to use the stock cap, but literally the chuff cap from this is the top cap from the legit. They fit the clone in the top. It's just the deck that doesn't fit in the bottom. Now, another big difference you see, you got the 3 slots in the legit so you can run dual or single coil airflow. This one only has the 2 on the clone. Another big difference is if we pull the drip tips out, the legit takes a 510 drip tip where the this is the legit here. It takes 510 drip tip where the clone has that big old cutout that a 510 drip tip would fall right through. So you would think you get better airflow with the legit, or with the clone, than the legit as far as the drip tip goes, but you don't. I don't know if you can see there. They're pretty much the same size, but I actually think that the legit is a little bigger because what they did is just put a small Delrin piece on the bottom, and that's how it goes down in there. So you're getting the full width of a 510 drip tip hole, basically. You're getting that much airflow through the legit, and the clone, you've got a bigger hole, but you're basically getting the same airflow. So those are the differences. If you happen to have a legit and the clone, you can, let me prove it to you. Here's the legit top cap. You see it's got the 3 holes, right? You can snap right in. See? So it's if you've got a Rio Grande, if you got a bottom fed mod, a T-mod, something like that. Well, on a T-mod it's rounded, so you probably wouldn't care. But if you've got a Rio Grande, a squared box mod, and you want a square Addy, Catfish Addy mods, folks, do yourself a favor. There it is, right there. Get the Addy 3. I'm going to do a review on this. I'm going to tell you straight up, again, I love the Hellboy, use it all the time. But, you know, gun to my head, I'm stealing one of your atomizers. I'm keeping the Addy 3 over the legit Hellboy. The Addy 3 is a hell of a nice little Addy. Not that there's anything wrong with the legit Hellboy. Again, it's a nice Addy. I enjoy using it. It's that stupid screw that pisses me off, makes it hard to build. Other than that, you know, folks, again, round peg, square hole. It's a gimmick. It totally is a gimmick. If anybody tells you otherwise, they're full of it. There's no difference between vaping on this and any other round atomizer, 3 posts, same diameter. Like, if all things being equal, there's really no difference. Like, it's not, it doesn't have anything cutting edge other than it's square. And square's a gimmick. It's just a shape. So, you know, like I said, if you don't have one and you're thinking I need to get a square atomizer to try them, it's no different. Don't waste your time with it. If you are looking for a square atomizer, be aware of the screws on the Hellboy, the legit. The clone, I really, the vape quality is about as good. The top cap is a looser fit. You really, because of the fact that it's only set up for dual and not single airflow, but I don't know why you'd single coil a Hellboy. It's a big atomizer. You know, I really would tell you, get the clone. If you can find a good clone. Get the clone. And the way to tell them apart, folks, is a good clone has the 12 air holes in the little cheap $5-6 China one. I mean, that's a China one too, but the little cheap $5-6 China one has slots on one side, holes on the other. And that's the real way to tell them apart. But get the clone. Don't spend the money on the legit when the legit has issues, right? I mean, and it seriously does. Those screws are tight, I'm trying to tell you. But I wouldn't spend the money. I really wouldn't. If I had it to do over again, I'd have just got the clone. To be honest. You know, I like it. I use it all the time. I'm not upset with my purchase. I'm not trying to send it back. I'm good. But it's not that much better that it should cost that much money. What it boils down to. Although I do love the chuff cap. Anyhow, I got to review these liquids I'm vaping. So you're going to see another review of this truck parked beside me and me in this shirt. This electronic cigarette.